Hello. Oh, my little cousin's graduating. Oh, so cute. Like my cousin Andy sees it. Congratulations. Okay. I got a good one for you tonight. Oh. All right, let me share this. Hey. I'm just gonna share this real quick and then I'll dig in. This is one of the questions I got in the group today. How to be vulnerable and real without caring what people think. I hear this one so much that I thought, screw it, I'm gonna do it tonight. So let me just share this really quick. See, I'm getting faster and faster. Have you ever wished your life would change? Okay, one more share and then I'm gonna dig into this. In the meantime, if you have direct questions about this topic, how to freaking not care what people think, to be able to be real, to be vulnerable, to be yourself, and not be terrified, post below. Another thing that's gonna help me support you right now is by telling me what the thoughts are you think when this is going on. What's the bullshit you're thinking? Share on a page you manage. Posted, all set. Okay, hi. Happy evening. Happy Friday shenanigans. If I don't turn this down, Facebook is gonna get mad at me for having music going on the Facebook. Okay, how to be vulnerable and be real and stop caring what people think. I have something interesting to say about this. Before I do, just so you know, the sale price goes away in 3 hours. You'll never see it again until next year. That's what it is for The Edge, mandyperry.com. Head over there. It's 6 days of me seriously rewiring any pattern that you have going on, including I continue to care what people think and it freezes me and shuts me down and I play small and I don't be my whole lit up self, including that pattern. So I'm gonna teach you how to literally change the structure of your brain, rewire any pattern. We're gonna have fucking fun while we do it. But not only that, I'm gonna teach you how to actually do it for the people that you love. So whether it's a best friend who won't leave that crappy relationship, or your children, or your husband, or your wife, or your clients, I'm gonna teach you how to do that. It's genuinely an epic program. I packed it into 6 days so that it's like, I made it super simple and easy for you guys. There's no way you can't get results. So mandyperry.com, and then that sale price ends, no, I thought my neck was on back. It ends in a couple hours. Okay, that is that. I don't know if my team is on dropping the link in there. I'll drop it in there for you just in case. mandyperry.com. Don't wait. So many people wait until like the day I'm closing and like we're closing the door in 3 hours and then they sign up. Like, don't miss the sale. You're gonna sign up anyway because you're a badass and you know this skill is incredible. So no sense in waiting. Okay, I just realized what song is playing. I maybe should probably change the song. Oh, please. I freaking love the song and one of my clients loves the song too. Let's put on socially acceptable music. Is it always appropriate not to care what people think? I love it. So excited. mandyperry.com, right? That's me. Okay. So I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just looking down at my computer because sometimes Facebook doesn't let me see the comments in here. So that way I can track with you guys while you're commenting. Okay. This is a really big subject. And this is what I have to say about it. One of the, hands down, the most common things that I deal with my clients struggling with, not just my clients, just friends of mine and people that I know too, right? One of the biggest things that they struggle with is feeling like they have to be like everybody else, or feeling like they're afraid to just be genuine and vulnerable and be themselves, right? And so I think I just sort of came out of the chute that way. It wasn't something I really needed to struggle with. And then, you know, Then I figured out one day, like, oh, all the trauma I went through as a child, and like everybody in my town knew where I grew up in, so it was like everybody knew. So it's like either I was gonna learn to not give a shit what they thought, or I was gonna die, was basically the two options. So of course I learned how to not care what people think, and like as now I'm adult, so now it's a lot easier for me. But this is what I realized, and this is gonna make a difference for you, so listen to me for a second. Every fucking buddy else is worried about what everybody else is gonna think. So if it's the number one thing that I hear, the two top things that I hear is I'm freaking out about money, I don't have money, I don't know what to do about money. I don't have money to invest, how am I gonna build my program if I don't have money to invest? Right, I'll do that one and another one because I didn't have money to invest either, yet here I am with a $500,000 business, right? And the other one is I'm terrified that I'm going to look like an idiot, I'm gonna fail, people are gonna judge me, etc., etc. I'm afraid to be vulnerable and I care what people think and it's trapping me or keeping me stuck, right? So just think about that for 1 second. If that's the number one fucking thing that I hear, it means that like everybody else, right? Public speaking is the number one fear in the entire world. Why? Because public humiliation. So if it's the number one fear in the whole world, what is everybody else thinking while you're doing whatever the hell it is that you're doing that you're so worried that everybody's judging you for? Just think about that for a second. It's not reality. It's really like, it's a delusion. It's a delusion that people are so hyper-focused on us, right? If somebody makes a comment to you about something that feels like judgment, it's actually not even about you. It's actually that they got triggered about something about themselves and they felt the need to make a comment to deflect from their own shit. It's still not even about you. Even when they say it's about you, it's still not fucking about you. Everybody is so concerned with what's going on with themselves that ain't nobody paying attention to what the hell you're doing. And to be completely honest, not only is it silly for us as entrepreneurs who are heart-centered and our intention is to leave a legacy in the world and heal people in the world, not only is it silly for us to freeze about other people being worried about what other people think, but it's actually funny because it's our job to be something different than the rest of the world so that they can have an example of what thriving actually looks like. And if we aren't doing something different and we're not triggering people, then we're not actually doing our job. So of course it's going to come up for you. Like, of course, if what makes you set apart is doing something different, then it requires you to do something different, which means you're going to stand out, which means people are going to see you naturally, right? So it's like this whole thing. Like, no, I don't want people to see me because then they're going to judge me, but like, I need you to see me because I can't help you if I'm not being seen, right? So like there's cognitive dissonance going on in the inside and it's like clashing, but all that's really happening is we're not recognizing the reality of the current situation. The reality is they're only seeing you through their own filter, meaning you will only resonate with what I'm saying to you as far as you've experienced what I'm saying. That's why writing sales and copy and stuff is so important, right? Because if you don't say something that relates to that person, then they're not going to care about what you're saying, right? There's like a whole psychology to writing copy, right? I'm definitely not getting to that in this one. But my point is, if you can get a tiny glimpse into the reality that not only do you not have people watching you to the degree that you think you do, but like you wish they were. Like, we wish people were watching us to the point where they were hanging on every single word that we say and they were analyzing all the things that we do. Like, that's a goal of ours. Like, it's the goal of an entrepreneur, because when they're doing that, you can create a massive impact. That's when I can call your ass to more, right? When you're paying attention to what I'm saying, I can say, knock the shit off, step in, buck up, let's do this thing. It's time to shine bright and heal the world, right? But I can't say that to you and it won't mean anything to you if you're not hearing my voice and you're paying attention to me. So not only do we not have people watching us to that degree, but we wish we did. So like when you can just start pulling this like netted ball just apart a little bit, it's like, okay, what if that's true? Like, that's just a beginning spot. Like, we can just start there. Like, what if it's true that people aren't paying attention as much as we think they are, and that not only are they not judging you, but they're actually not even paying attention to you unless it relates to them and it resonates with them, unless it's something that is what they're currently going through. So it's all about them. The whole thing is all about them. Everything I say is all about you to you. It only matters to you if you can feel what I'm talking about. It's like when we watch a movie and we see them going through stuff and it resonates with something that we went through or resonates with something we're trying to figure out. We cry or we... By the way, freaking watch the movie I Feel Pretty. Holy crap. Has anybody seen that movie? Have you guys seen that movie? I gotta look at the comments. That movie is so good. Oh my God. Okay. Let me know if you've seen that movie. Back on track. So how do you make that tangible then, right? So like that's the concept. The concept is like, not only are people not paying attention to you enough for it to matter to the degree where you would like not let yourself be seen, but if people are saying something, it's only because you're stepping into your power and it's reflecting back to them how they're not stepping into their power, and they're going to say something to keep you small because in their mind that's scary and it's not safe, and they want to keep you safe and they want to keep them safe. So that's just the concept of it. Now, intangible, what would you actually freaking do? It is amazing, right, Brittany? Aaron, watch the movie. Oh my God, it's so good. I felt like I've never seen a character that reminds me of me more than her in that movie. Like, I don't know if that sounds arrogant or if that's an insult to myself, but I resonated with that character big time. So, okay, Mandy, I get the concept. I got it. They're not paying attention as much as I think they are. I'm really free to do way more because actually I do want them criticizing and looking at me, because that means I have their attention, which means I can make an impact and I can season things. I can learn things, right? But it still feels scary. I get the concept, but it still feels scary. What do I do tangibly? This is what you do. Now, this is the kind of work that everybody freaking ignores. And that's why only 10% of entrepreneurs even ever hit 6 figures, let alone hit 7 figures. If you listen to this and if you're willing to do this work, it's like I'm going deep with this exact work in the Edge group that's starting on Monday, right? MandyPerry.com if you just hopped on. Sale ends in a couple hours, okay? We're going deep with the work I'm explaining to you right now. I wish I could do it all on a Facebook Live like this, because I feel like everybody in the world deserves to have this kind of tool, right? But this is a journey of you. So in the Edge group, basically, so you guys understand what tangibly you need to do, is actually starting to learn what the subconscious beliefs are. So it's just like whatever shit happened, and then I made up a story about what it means about the world, what it means about me, what it means about you, and what's possible for me, and I made that as an embedded story, and it's been running for 30 fucking years, and then nothing really ever challenged it. So like, I never really challenged some rules that I made up 30 years ago. Like, that's not a good plan. We need to be updating that shit, okay? So basically, that's what I'm doing with everybody in the Edge group. It's like we're literally going step by step through updating that shit, and then I'm gonna teach you how to do that with other people. For now, what you need to understand is it's actually something that comes from the inner. Like, don't fucking ignore it because I'm not telling you to go do something that's like a 1, 2, 3, right? Don't do that. I'm telling you what really works. It's an inner state, right? So if you're always going day to day and your brain just goes wherever and you're thinking about how fucking scary it is and how this person might say that, number one, stop fucking judging other people. If you're criticizing and judging other people, you're going to assume people are judging and criticizing you. Part of it was like, I remember when my husband first told me what people were saying about me, and I was like, oh, like, I would have never thought people were thinking that. And I was just like, yeah, you don't need to tell me that. I don't need to know, because I don't judge people like that, so I assume nobody else is, and so that level of naivety is okay. I don't need to know that people are saying bad shit about me. Like, what's the point? It's not going to do anything different, right? So no sense in talking about it. So number one, don't be the person that's judging people. Number two, if people are telling you and gossiping to you, tell them to fuck off. Tell them to go away. Be gone. Be gone. Go away. It's okay. Tell them to go away. Ain't nobody got time for that shit, right? Number three, if you're just scrolling out and every day you're just like nilly-willy, have no control over your thoughts and what you're thinking about, and well, what if they're thinking that? And what if this happens? And what if I don't have an answer? And what if I sound like an idiot? Or what if I don't even know what everybody else worries about? Like, what actually could happen on a Facebook Live? Like, you go to talk and then you're like, I don't know what I'm saying. Or you talk about, and like you lose your place when you're talking, which I do all the time. Like, do you guys see how many times I do that? Oh, it's almost embarrassing. I lose my place all the time. Then I just make up other shit. And then I just trust that that was what was meant to come out, right? So number three, what are you doing in your life to monitor what you're allowing the inner state to be like? Because I promise you, every single thing that is in your environment started inside of you in your inner world, including your terrifying reality of being seen and being visible and being bright and being successful, and you're running into the wall of caring what people think over and over and over. It's human. It's not something to judge yourself for. there's a reason for it, right? If nothing ever happened to you where somebody else judged you and it hurt, then you wouldn't be terrified of it, right? So it's a wound that's trying to get healed. So if you judge yourself, it's just like pouring salt in the wound and it won't heal, right? Like we need the wound to heal, which means that you have to be kind and gentle with yourself. Like it served you at some point in your life. It was really valuable for you to make up the story that being seen or being yourself isn't safe. But I'm telling you, have you noticed that the people that are crushing it and have wild success don't give a shit what people think? Have you noticed that they're unique and quirky and there's some weird shit about them and maybe even some wicked annoying qualities about them, which nobody has told me what mine is yet. I know the people out there who do my kind of work and I know what annoys me about them. And I also know I don't give a shit about what annoys me because I still like the value. And nobody has told me what annoys them about me, but I know there's one because everybody has one, right? Like, I'm just being myself. I know some people, it bothers them that I swear. And I thought, oh, I had someone say to me, Mandy, you would probably have more of a following if you didn't use vulgarity. And I thought, that might be true. And I'm not the motherfucking jack of all trades, and I'm not here to make friends and to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm here to live my purpose and let the message come through me and serve the people in the world. That is my job. My job is to not let my ugly bullshit from my past and all my wounds stop the message from coming through me and my purpose being able to be in the world. It's not about me, and my ego is certainly not big enough to think that like I need to monitor what my soul is trying to do. Like that shit's all backwards. I'm gonna monitor what my soul is here to do? No, 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 definitely not. No, no, just no. That shit would be mayhem, right? My job is to let my brain back up what my soul is saying, what my soul is asking. So one of the things that feels really good for me is just not to monitor, because I'm letting my soul come through, my message come through, and it comes out with my military background. And that's what it is. And if that annoys people, it annoys people. But guess what? Then they're not meant to be in my circle. And do you know how many times I was like learning from people and I just couldn't take whatever their thing was anymore and it annoyed me, or like they triggered me, or it was overwhelming, or whatever it was, and I blocked them, and then I circle back, and all the ones that I block are always the ones that I end up fucking hiring. It's always the people I end up hiring as soon as I'm ready for it, right? So if they don't like what you have to say or what your personality is or who you are, I don't care if you're and this is so good because it always comes up. It's the Chanel bringing stuff, right? Like it's so prominent in this field right now. Like I don't care if you're the bougie Chanel carrying whatever, everything. Like that's amazing and incredible, and it's going to inspire some people and trigger the shit out of people. And I don't care if you're the sweatpants, I don't even care my hair is greasy girl, like I did the most of my entire business. Who cares? Because there's people that's going to resonate with that. I don't care if you're the in-between girl that's like right in this moderation world. I don't care if you're the Jesus girl shouting from the rooftops, or you're the girl who talks about the woo-woo crystals and healing and 7 chakras and my crown is open and all these other things. Like it doesn't matter. Do you see that you're somebody's cup of tea, and your message and you being truly yourself is going to be able to reach certain people that other people can't. I'm a little bit rough around the edges. I'm definitely no bullshit. I don't beat around the bush. I don't give you some bullshit. I don't try to sell you on shit. It's like, this is what it is. This is the bullshit and shenanigans going on. This is the work that needs to get done. This is the result you get to have. Are you willing to do the work or not? Because there's some people that are going to be willing to do the work and some people aren't. Just like the edge that I have coming up, right? Like some people are going to be like, okay, I'm just going to trust that this is really valuable too, and I'm going to do the fucking work. Because if you do the work, you're going to get the result, end of story, right? And then some people are just like, oh, I can't, or I won't, or whatever, or later, or, you know, I just need someone to tell me how to do this webinar first, or whatever it is, right? Like, there's no right or wrong. It doesn't matter. And I don't have to change who I am to fit or mold into anything else. I want to know, does it feel that way to you? Like you have to contort yourself, or like I have to be louder and bigger, or I have to be quieter and more muted, or I have to be more demure, or I have to have nice clothes, or I have to lose weight, or my hair has to be different, or I have to have a nice background, or I have to know how to use the lighting, or I have to know the right times of the day, or I'm not going to have something smart to say, or I'm going to say something and I'm going to look like an idiot, or my tone of voice pushes people away, or my energy is, I'm worried I'm going to sound desperate and then they're going to be able to tell, or but I'm just thinking of all the things that I've thought and that I've heard from my clients. What is your thing? Tell me in the comments. What is the thing that's stopping you from blowing the fuck up and having wild success? Maybe you're just telling yourself a story that like, I'm fine just as it is. Like my life is fine. I don't know. I don't believe that shit. It could be true, and I'm willing to be wrong. It's not like I've never been wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but I don't really buy that shit. I'm not buying it. You don't want to take care of your mom and dad? You don't want to leave shit for your kids? You don't want to donate to really amazing causes? You don't want to be debt-free? You don't want to have the power to fight back something if something goes on? I don't know. I don't really buy that shit. I feel like people who say that are just really stuck in a story of not believing that they can have more, because that's all they've ever had. So like they really want to argue that this is all there is, and they argue the reality of what is instead of verbally calling in what's possible. What has happened up until now? What is, like, this is all I know, right? Like 2.5 years ago, all I knew was $400 a week. That's the most I ever made. I make $400 a week, and that seemed amazing. I was like, I have the greatest job ever. I'm so lucky. I felt so blessed. So my brain was like, that's what it is. Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, there's millionaires and they have this life, and like, that didn't seem real to me. So like, it just like, this is what it is. And if someone had tried to argue with me I could have more, I would have been pissed, because like, no, I work really hard to have this, and I've worked really hard to get to the place where I get to work these hours. Oops, my battery's popping on. Right? So I would have argued that my current circumstance is the best that it can be. That's when the whole money stories come in, right? Like, well, I can't afford it. Or Mandy, how am I supposed to invest with a mentor if I don't have any money? How can I get my business going? And if I can't get the support, I don't know what to do, right? Like, they feel like it's bullshit. Stop it. How? I don't know. The same way that you would do it if your kid was dying and you needed to come up with $500 or $2,000 or $6,000 or $10,000 to get the medicine. There's a whole nother level that we can show up in life that we just don't, because we have all this, like, this is just how it is stories. This isn't how it is. You can have more. Listen to me. If you want more success, if you want to be seen, if you want to be visible and loved and known for just being your fucking self, not having to change or be like anyone else, you can. You can. You just have to have the balls to admit to yourself that you're running some shenanigans and ask yourself, okay, the work is the work. Wherever you're at is where you're at. It is what it fucking is. I don't know what you'd have to come up with to pay. Well, the discount right now is only $400. What would you have to do to come up with the $400 to invest in the edge? I don't know. Some people just take it out of their savings. Some people take it out of their regular account. Some people put it on a credit card. Some people have to sell some shit. Some people have to do a public fundraiser. Like, it is what it is. And whatever you've done in your past until now has put you in the current circumstance that you're in. And you may not want to own that, you own that shit, but unless you're a little child, you own that shit. You're responsible for it. And I remember the day I had to own that. It wasn't easy. I wanted to blame everything that's ever happened to me, and it wasn't fucking easy to own that shit. But you are responsible for the results that you have in your life, and it starts with your thinking, the way you think, your thought process, the way you see things, the way you view things. And if you're not willing to start accepting that, like, okay, maybe this whole, like, I'm doing, I just need to learn how to do more doing actually doesn't fucking work. Maybe how's that shit working? Maybe for the first time you could hear it. You could just hear the truth. This is about shifting the way that you think and your energy and what you choose to spend your time focusing on and the words that come out of your fucking mouth. So if you're spending your time being like, I can't, I don't have money, blah, 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 this is so hard, then you're wasting everybody's time. And I get it, and it's not like you can't say things. Like, I love when people share their heart with me, but it's not the thing that's gonna get you success. We're specifically talking about this, not connecting as human beings. It's different if we're chatting, right? Right now we're talking about how to get fucking success and how to break through, how to break these habits, how to break these patterns, how long-lasting change. That's going to require you to be a little bit more honest with yourself and to say, I do fucking know better than this. And maybe I don't know how to do everything, but I know to do the one thing in front of me that I haven't even been fucking doing. While I'm bitching about not knowing how to do this, and I'm bitching about how hard it is, I'm not even doing the one thing in front of me that I know to do, that my soul is prompting me to do. And I spend a lot of time bitching and complaining about how hard things are and how difficult this is and how I don't know what I'm doing, instead of asking the question, hey, this is the result I would like to get. I'm trying to get here. I did this and this and this. This is what I got. Do you have any tips for me? That is a fucking smart question. When I hear somebody ask me questions like that, I'm like, whoo. I'm like, whoop, on it. This person's doing the work. That she's going to get somewhere. So it's like, I'm not going to waste my time and energy with someone who's stuck in the story and pattern. Like, I'm not going to, why? Who's that serving? That ain't serving nobody. You want my time? You want my attention? Do the work. Start being honest with yourself. Show up, right? You ask those kind of questions, I'm going to tune in. And any other successful person that hears you asking those kind of questions, they're going to tune in. This is how you be coachable. I was going to run a program on how to be coachable just because I know people don't actually know how to be coachable. But then I realized nobody actually knows they're not coachable. Nobody's like, I just want to learn how to be coachable, although you should. Because from where I am, I know that's a super valuable lesson. Let me check out the comments really quick. Is this making sense to you guys? Let me know. Does this make sense? There's only one other piece of this that I'm going to share with you guys. Yeah. Oh, let me get to you guys. Hold on. I don't know why Facebook won't let me see all the comments. It's so annoying. If I click on it to see, then I can only see half of it. I'm ready to... I'm going to share the one other piece with you in just a minute. I so needed to hear this tonight. Yay, Erin. Yes, part of me feels like I'm not dressed professionally or speaking eloquently. I'll be discounted. Yeah, well, I'm literally living proof that that's bullshit. Like, go look at my YouTube channel. Go look at my old Facebook Live. I just, whatever the fuck I look like is how I looked, and that's how I showed up. That's what it was. Like, now it feels good for me to get ready, and I have time and I have a team and it feels good. But back then it didn't feel good. I felt like a chore, and I felt like I don't want to, and I resented anybody for making me feel like I had to, so I didn't. And I ran a 380K year by myself with no team, not doing fucking hair and makeup and not getting dressed. And I wore whatever the fuck I had on. It was usually like this run of 3 tank tops and some stretch pants, and my hair was what it was. Half the time I had just worked out and hadn't showered yet. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm telling you, it's some bullshit. And I've even read, like, people that I respect have written blogs and stuff like, why wearing makeup makes you more money. I don't know if it makes you more money or not, but like, who the fuck cares? Because you can make plenty and you can be wildly successful getting to the place where you're freeing up your time, just not fucking worrying about that. And you just get to be yourself. Like, whatever truly yourself, like, Rebecca, what do you like when you hang out with your family or your best friends? That's how you get to be. Does that make sense? You just get to be her. In my heart, I know that's total distraction and bullshit. When I listen to external feedback, I get that I'm too woo. I shouldn't swear. I'm too much of a mess myself to be able to help. You know, I was talking to one of my my Diamond Mastermind girls today, and we were talking about how it's really hard to own your woo, especially if you're an academic or coming from any kind of academic family, or you're around really, you know, this is how you do it kind of people. It is hard to own your woo, and I'll give you credit for that. It's hard. It is. It takes balls, but you got them. It takes heart, it takes balls, it takes courage, but you have it. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not possible for you, right? Like, you get to just do it and see the reward on the other side for sure. So I just give you credit for that one. That's true. It's something I hear very often from my audience, that they're trying to own their woo and it's scary and hard for them. But just like anything else, right? Like, you get your leg blown off and then 6 months later you're used to having no leg, and everybody else around you is used to you not having that limb. You get used to anything. So, like, might as well get everybody used to it now, right? Like, it took time for certain people in my life to get used to the fact that I'm going to swear. And in 10 years I might look back and cringe at the fact that I swore. But for now, I don't really care, right? Family is my worst critic, drives me crazy. Not my husband, but other family. Yep, that's true for most people, right? So you get to train them how to treat you. You get to choose what you're available and what you're not available for. And what I'm trying to suggest is that as you're doing this journey, there's going to come the point where you do the damn thing and then people have their reaction and then they get used to it, and you might as well fucking start that process now. So the people that are meant to find you can find you, and the people that are meant to go the fuck away can go away, and your family can learn that this is who you are and that nothing they say is going to change that. And it's a process, a natural process of success. It's a natural process of becoming a successful, known person, as that people are going to have to learn as you shift and grow. Naturally, the relationships around you are required to change and grow, because you can't have one end change and the other one not. That doesn't work like that. So you might as well fucking start now, because it's going to have to happen. Make sense? Is it always appropriate not to care what people think? Oh yeah, that's right. I like that one. Yes, it is. So if you're the kind of person who's like flamboyant and insultive and whatever, then you're being true to yourself. So it won't feel ugly if that's who you are. That will feel ugly to you. Like that question is suggesting, it's a suggestion that there's something about you that's bad. That's what that question suggests, right? Because otherwise, why would you feel the need to care what people think? Because I might be rude, asshole, bitchy, whatever, right? But you're not, or you wouldn't be asking that question. So even the question itself suggests that you're a really incredible woman who's only going to, like, as you let yourself really just be yourself and just do whatever the fuck you're going to do, you're going to be more and more of something really good. And whether people are triggered about it or not, right? Just that question suggests that. So, but asking that question, I want you to recognize for a second that even asking that question suggests that something ugly might come out. But if I just let myself feel what I want to feel and do what I want to do, I'm going to be like some whore who eats potato chips all day long. No, you're not. No, you're not. Watch and see. You're just going to be more fully expressed, and your soul is going to be filled and more expressed, and you're actually going to do less of the behavior that you don't like. You're going to do more of the behavior that you do like. That's true. That's really true. Yay. Okay. So as I said, I was going to tell you one more piece of this, right? So for those of you who jumped on, The Edge sale ends in a couple hours, mandyperry.com. Go ahead on over. We begin on Monday. I cannot fucking wait. Change any behavior, okay? The one last thing that I want to tell you that's part of this is not caring what people think is a journey of shifting into service and not self. So it's really about shifting off of thinking about how it's going to affect us all the time, which is evidence of trauma, right? Like that's all it is evidence of trauma. Like, am I sure I'm okay? I need to check my back. Am I sure that nobody's about to shank me? Am I sure that there's no fires that I have to put out, right? So like we take ourselves off of our own circumstances and we're actually present with remembering how that person feels and what life is like for them and what do they need to hear? How do I call their ass to more? How do I learn that skill set to call their ass to more? Like, and we actually are present being able to do those things. That's when we shift into service. That's why we have so much respect for people who do that for a living, right? Because it's more of a rare thing. So this is the journey. It's a lifelong journey. You're not going to magically fucking do it tomorrow. It's a lifelong journey of learning to feel safe, not staring at your own circumstances, and to feel safe actually being present with someone else and serving them and being focused on what this is like for them and what they needed to hear. And the more you focus on them, the less you're worried about how things are going to affect you, right? That's a really big shift. So you can practice that. You can start practicing that right fucking now. If you're coming in the Edge group, you're going to learn skills to actually do. I'm going to walk it out step by step, and I'm going to walk it out how to do it with other people as well. If not, I just want you to start practicing. Start noticing when somebody else is with you and you're with them, can you not talk about yourself or think about your own life or think about how things are for you? Can you just be present with them and maybe just ask them clarifying questions or maybe just reflect back to them what they said and not ever say me too or yeah, I this or whatever and not do anything that has anything to do with you. It is really good practice for your pattern on feeling safe and being able to serve other people, and that will quell the pattern of like, am I going to be okay if I'm seen? And you'll stop caring what people think as much because you'll start actually serving them, which is the highest level place that you can come from. So a lot less shenanigans goes on. Welcome, Brittany. Just signed up for the Edge. Welcome, sister. You still get the both bonuses too. Both bonuses are still available right now. They're awesome bonuses. You're going to love them. And then tomorrow, bonus 1 goes away, and the next day, bonus 2 goes away, and we start on Monday. Jessica, love this. Yay! I know this is a lot, right? Like, I kind of just, I try to say a lot less pieces. But then I want to tell you everything. Those are all the pieces. I want you to have all the pieces. So those are all the pieces. So this is what I want to say to you. Don't worry about like I have to remember everything and get everything right. It's about doing 1% better. Just tonight, whatever you heard tonight, what is your call to action? Is it to join the Edge group? Then get off the fucking training right now and go join the Edge group. Like, don't second guess yourself. Don't but what if, just go fucking join it. Listen to your soul for once, right? If it's not that, then maybe it's like really resonated you to, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to listen to my husband, I'm going to let him talk tonight, and I'm not going to interrupt, or I'm not going to, or I'm not going to whatever, and I'm just going to practice being someone of service because that feels really fucking good. It feels good. Not because I have to, not because I'm bad if I don't, but just because it feels really good. It feels high level. It feels like I'm living in soul. It feels like I'm serving the world. I'm leaving a legacy. Practice listening, and then when you notice something come up, like you want to talk about yourself, or you want to argue your point, or you want to something, notice that that's just trauma. It's just wounds that are trying to get healed, and it's nothing to judge yourself for. Don't get mad at yourself. Just be like, okay, cool. I'm glad Mandy told me that because I can see there's work for me to do here. And then when you practice that a little bit, hop on a Facebook Live, be yourself, swear, do the thing, do your woo-woo stuff, bring out your friggin', your wands and your fucking crystals getting charged under the moon, or your chakra lining, or if you're, you know, if you're shifting into business coaching and you want to own your shit, right? I see a lot of that going on. By the way, I'm going to have a course called Mentor to the Mentors coming out. I'm so excited. It's for health coaches and life coaches who are trying to learn to shift into being a mentor to the mentors. So that's coming out soon. I'm excited about that. And whatever you heard tonight, just trust that what was meant to stick, stuck. And listen to just the thing that resonated. Don't worry about the rest of it. Just like, what was the thing that landed with you and resonated? What's the action to take? And just do that thing. I promise you, the next time you need to hear the next step, you will. It'll be available for you, whether it's me or someone else. You'll be guided to hear that message, and it'll be available for you. So you never have to stress or worry. You just get to start practicing. And if you shift 1%, just 1%, that starts to compound over time, and it compounds. And before you know it, you look back and like 2.5 years ago, you were on welfare, and today you're freaking have a $500,000 business. That's the shit that happens with 1% shifts, not 50% shifts, 1% shifts, right? That is all, my friends. Congratulations for the girls that just joined in the Edge. I can't wait to see you in there. I'm doing everything live. Me personally, I'm going to be doing everything live, and I'm going to be engaging with you guys just like this in there for 6 days. So I'm really excited about that. I get to learn new people and get to know new people. Okay. Hey, Amanda, you missed a good one. You're going to have to start from the beginning. I love you guys so much. Have a family. When I do stuff like that, I do it all the time. It is annoying. All right. I love you guys. Go get them. Let yourself be fucking free to just be yourself and watch the magic. So I would suggest going back from the beginning and watching this live. All right, guys. I love you. Have a fantastic night. I'll see you in the Edge group.